I did push the form.
Okay, let's begin with the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please have the reading of our minutes from our last meeting.
March 4th, 2025, call to order. Regular meeting of the Wells Township Supervisors was called to order by Chairman John Shimko at 6 p.m. Everyone stood and pledged allegiance to the flag. President John Shimko, Gavin Snyder, Joshua Waldman, and Mary Hastings. Visitors, Emily Roy, Michelle Alexander, Georgia Schoner, Carlene Shimko, Kathleen Millen, Dominic Wright, Bruce Roy, Otto Bean, Wendy Welliver, Wayne Welliver, Joe Palmer, Byron Wright, John Barnes, Calvin Waldman, Amy Waldman, and I'm going to spell his name because I don't know how to say it, Vladyslavv, and his last name is Savchuk. Minutes were read and approved. Gavin Snyder made a motion and Joshua Waldman seconded, so carried. Bills reviewed and ordered paid. Gavin Snyder made a motion and John Shimko seconded, so carried. Sunshine laws, John Shimko asked each person present if they had any business to discuss. Comments, Dominic Wright asked about the sluice pipe at the end of his driveway on Mocktown Road. Michelle Wright commented that some ladies asked her to sign a petition for the State Line Dandy to offer packaged beer for sale. The Wellivers thanked the fire departments for their assistance with a fire on their property. Joe Palmer asked about the speed limit on School Street. John Shimko said the signs for a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit have been purchased. Joel Palmer asked about the intersection of Farmview Road and I-49. John Barnes, chief of Millerton Fire Department, gave the supervisors a copy of Millerton's insurance form, financial report, and a list of current volunteers for their fire and rescue units. Dry hydrants, there was a discussion about dry hydrants. The supervisors went to work with the fire departments on Royal Lane driveways. Wayne Welliver offered his pond. Shallock property, the township has received a date in April to go to court with Mrs. Shallock. Truck bed, Joshua Waldman said he has talked to the Waverly Auto Auction owner. He has a couple of beds for sale. Josh got an estimate of $5,000 to $7,000. He's going to check into it. Dirt and gravel road projects, the 2025 Amy Valley Road contract is signed. Joe Pontini will meet with the township to go over the project in the near future. The 2026 project was discussed. The township is going to submit 2 projects on Pioneer Road, waiting on the ice to melt to walk the project. The township received a letter reviewing the completed projects in the township. The township had a favorable rating on the condition of the roads. Salt contractor secretary submitted the information to the state requesting 130 tons for the 2025-26 year. ATV, UTV signs. Gavin Snyder worked on the mapping of the roads for signs, and it has been submitted to DCNR. Cinder bid, the supervisors discussed the bid for cinders for the 2025 year. They decided to do a 50% red and 50% black, with some of the larger cinders included in the black cinders. Resolution 2025-5, Resolution 2025-5 invests the proceeds of $127,590.66 in a 3-month CD at 2%. Gavin Snyder made a motion. John Shimko seconded Resolution 2025-5. The CD matures on May 20th, 2025. The supervisors agreed to have Jacob Porak look at the truck once the bed is on to check the placement of hoses and hydraulics. Park Committee, the supervisors received the treasurer's report. The secretary gave a copy of the report to the auditors. Adjourned, Joshua Waldman made a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:25.
Any additions or corrections?
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay. Visitors. Uncle Dave, anything?
Not a thing.
Sam?
I was kind of glad to see the boys get some cutouts after all that heavy rain we had there. It's a good deal to get them put in there.
They've had quite a chore with icing pipes and then trying to get the places so some drainage. There's still some issues that they're working on.
Them cutouts work.
They do. It looks terrible.
Yeah, well,
but they work.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't run all the way down to the end, and the surge wipes everything out. So you can dribble it off the side, you know.
It helps.
right? It does. So, anything else? Okay. Sir, anything?
No.
Okay, can we tell people like what you're here for? Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. He is recording our meeting today. He's been to several different meetings of other townships, I believe, and so forth. And it will be on Facebook. And he's just recording and reporting to see if us, as well as other townships, are not breaking the sunshine law and not putting people through a bad time when they have something. Giving everybody a chance to speak, in other words. So, okay. We don't know his name. He hasn't wanted to sign in, so he's just a guest. So, your turn.
Chris Anterlonis, I'm just here for the bids.
Okay. And that's at quarter after. Okay.
Michelle Alexander, with the park committee. We have our Easter egg hunt on Saturday, April 19th from 1 to 2, with a start time at 1:15. We'll have various ages set up towards the pavilions and up the hill. We kind of set a gauge for interest if there were any other able-bodied children or young adults that wanted to join in, and we might use the basketball courts and have a Easter egg hunt there for those folks that maybe can't get up the hill, or some those little dollar store grabbers. So it's always a good time. It's fast and furious, so if the weather's nice.
Doesn't take very long.
It doesn't, yeah, but everyone enjoys it, so.
Good.
Come out if the weather's nice.
Anything else?
That's it, thanks.
Do you have anything on the Little League, or you're not involved?
I'm not a part of that anymore now that my children are grown.
Okay, is anybody here for the Little League tonight? No, I noticed, I walked in the loop, and I noticed they painted all the,
I did notice that too,
they
that
painted
looks
all
nice.
the buildings.
Yeah.
They look pretty nice, and they worked the infields up and got the dirt and everything organized. They were ready to start playing. So
That's always nice to
Did
see
they order
the
more
kids
this
out
year or
there.
not?
Pardon?
No?
I did.
Okay. They said they were thinking about it the last I heard.
Was that?
They were talking about ordering more of the dirt for the infield.
I know, I could see where the softball is. There's a pile of dirt left over, and I see where they used a bucket or something. And
That
got
was
some-
diamond dust.
Yeah.
That's what they were talking about ordering more of.
And they got that scattered around. I don't think they,
Unfortunately, I think they got it up in somewhere last year.
I don't think they put any of that on this field.
He doesn't have it this year, so.
They worked this field. The most of the work that I saw done
It
in
was
my
a
walk
small-
was on the softball field. But the other ones they worked too.
Dave and I wanna know if there's any age limit on that Easter egg hunt.
Come on up. Come on up. We have little grabbers for you. You don't even have to bend over.
High price of eggs and everything, we might.
Well, they're not real eggs. No,
Oh.
we're not.
I'd
We
be
don't have
happy.
that kind of money. Yeah, no, sorry.
I'd come for chocolate eggs. Okay. Yes, you're next. Okay. Okay. Bruce? Okay.
Brian Jones.
Okay, last year I turned in a bill for a broken wheel on my truck. I turned it into you, remember?
Yes.
I knew you guys wouldn't pay it, but the state, the road was all beat up. I wonder if you can take time out this year to fix it. While you're working on this road over here, it's a seasonal road, cutting brush back. I wonder if they can fix that before I start to work here in a couple of weeks.
Okay, I will talk to them.
Where is it?
Come on.
Uptown Road, down really quick.
From his house
Right by
up the hill to the
Shepherd's.
township line.
Right there by Shepherd's place, between Shepherd's and
In the top of the hill.
Summit Creek. It's all tore up and everybody's running towards the ditch now. The wheel costs $340. So I'll get my order and get it fixed before I start to work.
Okay,
That's it.
I will let her know. Thank you.
Yep.
My name is Timothy Roberts. I am here this evening to provide some pricing for the ground maintenance, basically, and some paperwork, so for a subdivision.
Okay, how do you want to handle that as a new business?
Well, I have the subdivision down in new business. Did you get a map?
I do.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and that's up to you I had talked to him and asked him if he can give us an estimate on mowing inside the, walking and above the cinder building, because he has the mower with the large, the fold-out brush hog that, he could do it. So he said he had to give me a price, so that's up to you.
Okay, should we handle that as a new business?
Sure.
Okay. If you don't mind waiting for a little bit.
That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then we'll do your subdivision at the same time. Okay? All right, under old business, the first item we have is dry hydrants. I know you and Bruce
Yep.
went and marked
It's been
them.
marked off, and as far as I'm aware, they started today, cutting. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know we're gonna work on that tomorrow. So that's progressing.
Yep.
All right. The ATV and UTV signs, did you say they've arrived?
I need to get the bolts.
And I asked him, and he doesn't have any, they haven't brought them over.
Okay, so I'm still waiting on, backup on nuts, bolts and that stuff.
Are those snap ball things?
Mhm.
Okay.
So, I was gonna go out a list because, Josh, you had a group of people still
There's a bunch of
interested?
people said they wanted to do it. So.
Yeah, so I was gonna do a small list out and then hand them to you.
What I'll do is I'll talk to Michelle and see if she can post something on the Wells Township, and we'll figure out a day. Everybody can meet here, and then we can just disperse signs, say you go to this spot, you go to this spot, and everybody.
Did Branko say when they get, because boy, that's gonna be a lot of bolts.
I asked for 100.
We only have 50 signs?
Well, do they go back to back?
You have entering and exiting.
Oh, okay. So 2 bolts and two signs then.
They hopefully the same size.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the signs are actually really
Yeah,
big.
they're really big.
Like South Creek, their signs are this big, these are,
Are you kidding?
they are massive. Even the end sign's that long. It says end, it's that long, signs, they're huge.
Wow.
Right.
Is that gonna, for the post that you're gonna put in, is it gonna cause an obstacle?
No, it's the same thing about like our stops, the stop signs that are like right down here at the intersection, it's the same post. We're right
Yeah,
on
I
that
know.
post.
But that, you're showing is bigger than the stop sign.
Your stop sign, our stop signs are still this big.
Okay.
So it's about the same size, they're slightly smaller than our stop sign, but. Yeah, the end sign's the size of a road sign,
Interesting.
you know.
All
like,
right,
they're
well,
just a
it'll
lot
be,
bigger than
it'll be
that.
so great to get those signs up
Yeah.
and have that project completed. It's been a long time coming.
Yes.
There's been so many steps to doing it. And so, Kevin, thank you for the work that you've done quite a bit, Mary. Both of you have done a lot of work getting that taken care of, and Josh getting people lined up. So the project's
So yeah, I got several other groups I wanna go out and do it.
great. Great. I had people all the time asking me, when are those signs gonna be there? And people know that the roads basically are open, even though it's not official because the signs are up. Saturday, I was sitting in my front porch and I think 7 or 8 side-by-sides went by, just in a line, just people out putzing, having a nice afternoon together as a family. That's what we like to see. So that's really good. I'm glad to see that. Okay, dirt and gravel projects. We have list of 26 first.
First, Tim and Aaron and I went out and measured the 2 projects.
Okay.
And so I'm slowly working on it, so I'm trying to get the information together.
So 26 is Pioneer, right?
It's the both ends of Pioneer. The only issue I'm gonna have is on the bottom section. And I don't know if we can have Brian from TMT come out or not. And I tried to call Joe Quantini and he's out of the office till Thursday. The stream is encroaching on the road and he wants them to put a lot of dimensional rock down there. And Joe, and I'm not sure what part of the project that is, but it really, like needs to happen, but for me to try to estimate that, I don't know, do you have any experience?
I don't know, did I send them there? I meant to, but.
No, we just do off of face feet and then figure out.
Because we didn't walk down into where, because it's way down in, it's probably 20, 30 feet down in where
We
the
walked
stream
in.
is.
Tim, myself, not sure who else, there was three, I think Dave Nagy. We walked it last year and to see, because our original thought was to have it dug out and get the stream away from where it's at, because that's what's washing the bank out. And we found out we can't do that.
No, you can't move the
You
stream.
can't move the stream, so the stream will continue to wash the road out until we do something and stop. But the way it is now, where the pipe is, I mean, it's like straight down for quite a bit of distance. It's not a place where you want to go off the road.
That and the pipe's getting shorter, it's metal, so it's rotten.
Yes, yes. So,
So I'm working on that. I have to have them in by April 30th is when they're due. So
okay,
hopefully Joe will come out and help me a little.
okay, yes. We'll talk to them at the meeting and, about our projects, and so we hope he gets back to us quickly. 25, that's what we're doing now. Oh, I'm sorry, let's stop here and let's open our bids. Super bid. My goodness. Maybe I should use my knife, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I won't reuse that envelope.
This is from
Androlonis.
and how'd you say it?
Androlonis.
Angelonis.
Maybe on the second, third page.
$140 tons of PA not approved type 4 anti-skid red cinders delivered to building. That's the red ones for $45.44 a ton. And 400 ton of non-PennDOT approved black cinders delivered to the building, $53 a ton.
I'm just getting smart like
Those
a
rides.
As long as you're gonna be water reinforced.
This is from McClure Enterprises. Out of Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Yep. $800 tons
of black cinders delivered to the township building, $45.40 a ton. No bid for the red.
Okay.
So, what are your feelings?
My first thought is from, do we have samples? Especially because I like the 45-40, I mean, that's the cheaper and it's black. It's the better, usually the better cinder. Do we have any samples?
Yeah, but we bid red and black.
And the bid was for red and black.
Right.
for 400 of
The
each,
main reason why we do red is because it's cheaper than black, generally speaking.
plus it stays in the room better.
Yeah, black's the best of all worlds. It's just usually more expensive. That's why we substitute with red. So, but his is still 4 cents cheaper per ton being black compared to the red. But last time that we had samples and Steve Vanderlonis was here and showed us his cinders, and then the other, I'm gonna say this, McClure guy, when we opened up that package, there was a bunch of wire.
That's what I was gonna ask, if he was the person that,
He told me he was gonna bring samples, but I never heard more from
Isn't he the
him.
one that quoted per yard last year?
but he was the one that we found pieces of metal in.
Right, so he may have switched pits, he may have switched, but without having a good valid sample,
I guess I just wonder because, we requested bids for 400 red and 400 black. And that's what we voted on at the meeting that we wanted.
Mhm.
So, to me, he didn't answer our bid really, or our request.
But the whole reason for red, it's usually cheaper than black. I'd rather have all black cinders personally. And then it's cheaper in the long run, but I need a sample of it, especially the last time. That sample proved, I don't wanna be pulling wire out of my tires as I'm throwing plugs in all day long, let alone the rest of my residents.
If you go with all black, you're gonna have a frozen mess all winter. The black ones, they freeze.
What do you mean?
Even if they're in, they still freeze.
The red ones freeze in March.
You know, the red ones are more like sand in the part.
I guess I like,
That's why we usually mix
my
them
feeling,
together.
my feeling for liking the red ones mixed with it is that it stays in the road longer. When we used to use just black, from the road to my house, halfway up, my yard and the snow was there, was black because of.
The way I'm looking at it, yeah, it's $3,000 more, but we know what we're getting. They never gave us the samples of it. And I know,
He did call me and say he was gonna provide samples, and,
I know like last year we didn't go with him because he
well, we didn't bid them last year.
was 2 years ago. He bid it by cubic yard. He didn't, like there, he didn't fill the bid in properly anyway, so.
It's what you wish.
Now, at the moment, I'm saying without a sample, to really, really nitpick it, I still have to go with what we're already using, because that's what works the best.
I mean,
I'm
Steve
afraid
has
of
a
getting
call.
flat tires because I wanted a cheaper bid. I don't wanna sit there and have flat tires in my vehicles, let alone yours and anybody else's.
And also I look at if we need more in a pinch, usually you can call and ask for more and they'll work into a schedule. A lot of other companies will do that.
Well, McClure did that before without a problem.
Yeah, I was able to get more from them, but yeah. But I do think they ran short the one, you know, it depends on the year, it depends on how much ice we have and how many cinders we go
We
through.
used a lot of cinders
And this year we did go through our cinders, so.
So, somebody want to make a
I
motion?
would go with the 50/50.
So you make the motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
it.
Okay, so carry.
We need to sign their bid.
Is that one of the ones that you needed a check from them, or is that the
No,
completely different bid?
we're fine.
Who signs it?
You sign on that sheet right there. See on the right-hand side, it's,
Right here?
so Wells Township, you sign here, Gavin, Josh.
Is that where who you were representing? Okay. Thank you.
No, this is it. okay if I email a copy of it to you?
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So you want to glue the envelope?
What?
Are you the one that glued the envelope?
Yeah.
I didn't close it.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Well, that's
Good entertainment.
Yes. See if John knows how to
I'll bring
work.
you a letter opener next time.
That's right. Thank you. Okay, any questions on that?
Nope.
So we're back to dirt and gravel projects.
Yep.
25 project is
Contract signed,
contract signed.
and I'm now waiting for Joe because he's out of the office. At the meeting, he wants to do the bid, because he always is present for the bid. Wants to do the whole county at one time, and so he's waiting till May. And he wants, I'm not sure how the advertisement will go, but he'll advertise. So Amy Valley might be at 9 in the morning, and I don't, Columbia Crossroads, I don't know who all.
Is that for the culvert?
That's for the call. It's for the bottomless call.
Yeah, they're doing them all over, so instead of wasting all the contractors' time going, be at this one at 10 o'clock today, and then 4 days from now, there's another one over here, and then having the guys they wanted to waste everybody 1 day, maybe 2, and do, say, 15 or 20 of them across the county.
I think Joe's doing that because he's still the only employee.
So
I'm still waiting for him.
But that has to go in before we can continue the rest of the project.
Correct.
Okay, so that's gonna hold us up until June, anyway.
Well,
Possibly.
I don't know, because it's through the dirt and gravel. I don't know if they wait till, I'm not sure. We only did this one up here because we didn't do one on the other end of Rabbit Hill. And I honestly, I can't quite remember, and I was hoping to talk to him, but when I called, he's out of the office till Thursday, so
All right,
I
so,
can't really get any information on it.
so we can't even order, we have a price, we can't order.
Well, I think it's ordered because it takes like a month for the, I think Tim might have ordered, here's the
Okay,
quote
yeah.
on
The pipe?
the pipe.
Yeah, you talked to Terry at Bradco,
Yeah,
that last meeting.
So-
So what about bidding in the rest of the plastic pipe?
we haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah, and we don't.
Well, I had a call today asking about that, so.
Okay, well, it's not enough money, I'll have to look and see how much the plastic pipe, because I don't know that we
Still
have,
think he can save, I've got 2 people that think they can save us some money,
okay,
and if they're willing, then we will, so.
okay. I haven't gotten that far with it yet, because he said we can't do anything until this, bottomless pipe, thing that's put in, so.
Did you see the estimated price for this? $28,750 for a culvert. That is 36 high by 7 foot by how many feet? 36 feet. So it has 5 million volts. That's so. All right, truck bed. You had looked into some that were 6,000, 7,000, and then you had kept.
The ones that where he has, they're missing the table sheets, some of them are missing or the tailgates, they're just nothing that I would put money into.
No.
That's why I agreed, you showed the pictures, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So a brand new airflow directly out of Elmira is $13,500. $13,500. We can use the same hoist we have. All we have to do is have Brennan install it. And what's that?
Where's that from?
Airflow.
What was the price?
$13,500. Or a brand new aluminum is only $16,000. But we needed 14 foot, and the aluminum is made a little bit differently, so it's only a 13.5 foot. The aluminum is in stock right now. Literally, they can go pick it up and rate it.
So aluminum's 13 and a half.
Yep. And so my
The other
thought.
one's 14, right?
Yep. So my
And what's
thought on
the other one, is it steel?
steel. So if you buy the steel one, you're gonna have to pay $1,500 to have it painted, so you're already up to the 15,000. You go with the aluminum one, it's not gonna rot, it's not gonna rust, we can still use the same hydraulics. We already have the spreader that can go on the back.
What was the prices of buying a Whole new and everything was 40, 50,000.
53,000
Yeah.
plus.
So what happens with the 13.5 foot versus the,
There's just a little bit of room between the cab.
oh, so
So,
that's where the.
Yeah, that's where the hoist goes. The hoist is in the
okay.
front. So I can get pictures of the actual box. That's buying through a dealer in Elmira. So there's no shipping. That's why they're so cheap. If you go to Bradco, it's probably a $25,000 box.
So I went over to talk with the guys at Watson Diesel. They were just going what they recently sold. So he said a 15-foot aluminum bed was 36,000. And carbon.
This is in stock.
Yeah, the steel one is 2 weeks out, 2 to 3 weeks out. They have to make. The aluminum one is actually sitting in Elmira right now.
The carbon painted 17-foot. As their example was 25,500, so it would be a little bit shorter, save a little bit of money, but that doesn't touch you.
So what do you think it would take to have it put on? Couple grand.
Literally, it comes with new hinges. You mount the hinges, and that's it.
Oh, really?
That's one of the big, it's expensive, and I know Brennan's really cautious on it because he doesn't know where to get all that, but if it comes right with him.
And they said that our hoist should work on it. So the only thing you'll have to do a little bit is run the hydraulic hoses to the back instead of the front, which mount to the frame, run them back.
Yeah, and we're just gonna have to mount one of our cinder spreaders, that's like for the Red Mac.
So that's still the side dump?
It's a rear dump.
It's a rear dump.
Oh, a rear dump.
It's the only hard part that, I look at it going, I really, really, really like that side dump, but $53,000 compared to 16.
What was your first quote? 80?
My first quote was.
Almost 82,000 or something from Bradco.
Well, Bradco, yeah, that was 80-some thousand.
So I have one other place, Powell's in Scranton. They haven't got me the price back yet.
So basically, this would be like our other trucks when it comes to spreading.
For cinder. It's not as preferred, but hey.
So we do all the time.
But it's
I
actually
mean, this is the
better.
first time we ever had a side dump one.
Right, so we got a little bit spoiled with it, and then it's.
What's the new truck?
Side.
So that's why the price
And that
is
is
so
being put together right now. I think it's supposed to be done by the end of this month, I think.
Okay.
I think it's.
Then it has to go back to BMAC, because you guys talked about that, but it isn't licensed yet. So I have to take it
It
back to
won't be
BMAC
titled,
to
it
get
won't
one,
be titled until the actual.
until the
box is
actual
done.
bed's on it. Because
Interesting.
for insurance, I had to get an estimate of the weight on it.
And they'll have to go through, and they'll have to have enhanced inspection, they'll have to inspect it, and then they'll actually certify the box is installed. Then you can actually apply for the.
So will they, remember we talked about having,
Yep, we'll have to get it from BMAC once they're done, once it's legal.
well,
Or,
will we have to go through what's called,
BMAC, and she
BMAC
told me
will check it.
when I went up to pay for the truck, she said, you'll come back here to have,
So
she'll do the
hopefully they will
whole
look
thing.
over it.
Yeah.
For the
Really?
cost of the truck, they should. throw
They
a
should
couple
do a lot
of
of
dollars.
Okay.
At least we're getting close.
So what are we doing here with this truck then? Are
I'll get actual pictures of it. I can go up and.
yeah, I mean,
Why don't you see what you can come up with, and next month we can talk about nailing it down, maybe, if that's.
yeah, I'm really, yeah, the aluminum.
I like the aluminum idea.
I'm okay with that. I don't wanna drop 40 grand into a truck we only pay 28,000 for.
Right.
It just makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
But it's a good truck.
But then on the other hand, if we put the aluminum box on it and that truck completely dies in a couple of years, the box will still be good enough, it can be
Good.
moved to another truck.
Yeah.
So with the aluminum box, you guys don't empty them, so it's not gonna have to worry about it rusting and rotting.
Mhm.
It'll actually be better in the long run.
Sounds good to me. Okay, get some pictures for us, and we'll see if we can finalize that next month, which would be a nice thing to do.
Okay, you want to skip to the Coslin subdivision, so
Yes.
Tim can go home and have dinner.
Tim?
I'll give you your folder back. I'll just keep the, from the, planning commission.
Very good.
And I will, once they've approved this, then I will email that. And Courtney, I talked to her, or she emailed me and asked if she had to have somebody sign the papers. That's why she didn't come back.
Yes. So this is what you're doing right here?
Correct.
4 acres.
Yep.
Okay.
Over this thing.
Right.
4 acres? I thought it was 2. You said 2. It's
Yeah, you
4.
said 2.
Under what?
This morning you said 2, so you meant 4.
Or is this 2 different maps?
No, same map.
Okay.
There's a 2 right there. That's probably the okay.
As long as it's the first parcel, it's the second parcel, and then right there it says 4 acres.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this morning when we talked to you.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. And so once she's, emails me the maps and stuff, I think you're gonna have to go back to Wanda, sorry. Unless you want me to have her mail them to me.
She told me she would.
She would mail them?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe once I sign it, I'll send it back to her and then she'll send you the whole packet, must be.
Correct,
Okay,
yes.
I didn't get that, okay. Okay.
Is there any questions about it?
No, pretty.
I know particularly where it's at.
Yep.
Can we still park our trucks there when we're working?
Yeah, you know where the dry hydrant is here on, Updeck? That's what he changed the property name over to.
Happy Grass LLC.
Yeah, Ed Mikowski did that, yeah. Good old Ed.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept the subdivision?
I make a motion to accept the subdivision.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Do you want to keep on that? You want that?
It's up to you. You still need maps.
Need that.
I can keep that map.
Yeah.
John, you wanna sign this one? It's down there towards the municipality or, signature right there.
By title? Chairman?
Yep. And so I think that has a date on it of April 30th at the very bottom.
So that come with the tarp and all.
That's not.
I'm gonna see if I can find a picture.
No.
I have till then to get it back.
That's for the meetings, the meeting for the planning commission, I believe.
Well, the 30-day review for me is on the 30th, so I'm not sure when they meet, but as soon as they
Maybe
meet.
on the 15th.
Oh, okay. So I will email this over to them, and so once this is signed, then it should, as long as they have a copy of the map, it should go forward. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You got your other thing?
I do.
Okay.
He was gonna give us a quote.
See, this is who. That's the photo. Okay.
Give it to John.
Inside are 2 prices, okay?
Okay.
I provided the prices for the lawn maintenance, as long as the brush hogging. It may be more than what you pay, it might be less. I don't know, but it's my services, it's available, and just letting you know that.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll have to work on this next month because it's not part of our agenda.
Yeah, it is. Oh, no, it's
No,
not.
it's not. So
So that's fine.
we'll keep it.
No, I'll take it.
We'll take it with you and
I'll
come
just
back.
bring it next month.
All right.
That worked perfect, right?
All right, yeah. That's my
Sorry,
pen.
I didn't know it in
Don't you steal
advance. You
my
didn't tell me in
Don't steal
advance.
my pen.
Well, I
I was
guess.
gonna sign it.
Oh, okay.
Just so I
Well,
remember.
when he asked about it for the sunshine,
Pardon?
he asked about it at first, so.
Well, he did, but it's supposed to be on the agenda in order
For us to do
to
business
vote
with.
on it.
Yeah,
That's fine.
And
okay.
I had just talked to him during the month when he was talking about the subdivision and asked him if he wanted to give us a quote.
May 6th.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for your time.
Make sure we get that on the agenda. for
Yeah, I
next
will.
month.
Yeah, I didn't know he had a quote.
Okay.
Bradford County Conservation, well,
Yes, the Roy well pad finally been signed off and everything, and that's all set, right? And done.
you ever know?
Well, I had a letter. You got the letter too?
No, now.
Oh. Okay, well,
Your wife got a letter.
can I have that one right there? I think it's a Bradford County Conservation District. Did you want to read it, Bruce?
Yeah.
when you actually signed up?
It was dated January. I mean,
It was windy that day.
Well, while he's reading that, let's move on, okay? The 2025 Mack truck, I already mentioned that should be, I think the date is supposed to be the end of April.
Yeah.
You know, they're working on it, and we talked about what's gonna happen after they finish it.
Okay.
Okay?
And I can't pay for it until May 20.
Right.
So,
And what they told us at Bradford is once they're finished their work, we have 30 days to pay for it. So, which will work out perfect because the CDs to pay for it will mature later. So that works out good. Judith?
I have that sale, I just put it on there, but I don't know where it is. Oh, it's down there. The state constable stopped at my house and,
Oh, okay. There's a sheriff's sale, 27th day of February 25. A rule is hereby entered and directed against you to show cause why a decree should not be made that the herein below mentioned premises be sold, free, etc. Rule returnable the 2nd day of April at 12 p.m. They dropped it off today. Owner of the real estate is Brian Dietz, and it's at the Whisper and Pines trailer. That's basically for your information. All right, we got another.
so it goes, I take it goes up for auction tomorrow. Well, maybe not. Okay.
Let's see a listing of sheriff's sale stuff, did you? Paper or anything?
It's a judicial sale. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. We also received a notification of change in building code official, or notification of addition to multiple building code officials. Basically, it's a change of our officer from Jim Sonoma to code inspections. And which is now in effect, code inspections is our inspectors. So anybody that needs a building permit needs to go through code inspections. I believe Mary has some applications in with the books.
I just have the email address.
The email address, okay. In with the books in the little, that house. It's an email address and such to get a hold of the people if you need a building permit. Which will be a lot different than we've been used to for a long time. Okay. Department of Transportation, school bridge inspection.
John, can I stop you? I'm sorry. Is there a phone number or something for people who don't have email, and is there a number with that?
There is, I think it's on the newsletter.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can always, well, if you don't have a computer, but if you Google it, it comes up with the number.
But there is a phone number. Okay. And they're in Troy, right?
I'm not sure if they're using Matt Gorman out of Athens. They have an office in Troy, but I'm not sure.
I don't know what hours that they have.
They really want you to just, use the internet to apply.
Makes it a lot easier, because I know my best friend Brad.
It makes it easy for them, but it doesn't make it easy for us.
Right. Well, it doesn't. Like, he worked in Wyalusing, and he got a permit for Columbia Crossroads. He walked in the Wyalusing office, and the guy looked at him where he's like, hey, I work right here. I'm here, I'm awake. I didn't make a special trip. So they all work together.
Yeah.
It is a great outfit to work with, from what I understand. Just, they want to make it quick, simple, that way if you call, they're not at this office that day, whatever, when you call that phone number or that email, they'll make sure you're helped one way or another.
So if somebody doesn't have the internet access, they will work with them.
Yep.
Okay. The Department of Transportation School Bridge inspection.
It's going to be in August.
In August?
Yeah.
Okay. We received from Big Elm their financial report. We have not got a financial, we have not received the financial. We got what did we get?
From Millerton, we have their financial report, and we have their insurance, and we have their list of active, firefighters.
Okay,
All we have from Big Elm is their financial report,
so we still need from them,
their insurance and their roster.
okay. Insurance. Roster. Can you make sure they get that information? Okay, it's very important that we have it, as part of the, contract. Gravel bid for 2 RC gravel. That is the work that is going to be done on Amy Valley. Parts of that road go up 4 foot, part of it 2 foot. If you drive down, you see how the mags are. So we're figuring it's definitely going to be more than we can purchase without it being bid. Okay? So we want to put out a bid.
I have to wait for Joe.
That way you hear from Joe from the county. But we have to bid it.
Yep.
All right? So, we have to make a motion to do that bid.
Accept the bid.
Except
Just
you
we
didn't,
accept
you're
it.
just telling me that, and just announcing that I've gotta advertise it,
Okay.
so it's not I don't see
We don't
it.
make a motion until we.
Not until the final decision is made.
Okay. And we also, the same way, the bid for the Amy Valley, road pipe.
Well, that's through CoStars.
Okay. So we don't have to bid that then.
No, we don't have to bid the pipe, no.
We just have to.
I guess
We
I
have-
misstated that, yeah, so.
Yeah, I believe that one's already.
Well, what I'm saying is we have
to bid for a
we have to bid the contractor
Yes.
that installs it is what I guess.
That's what
I
we gotta
didn't
do.
really say it well.
Yeah, that's why Joe wants to do it, to have done what, you said May?
Yeah, he wants to do it all in May, so like I
That way,
said.
yeah, you can have all 50 contractors per se come out and do one in our township, one or two in Columbia, and do all of Bradford County in one day, rather than wasting everybody's time. Be here for 2 hours, I'll see you in 2 weeks over there. You know?
Yeah, when we did this pipe, I think we had 3 contractors come. Two? Okay. We invited 3. I think 2.
Yeah, and we had Cousins that the one that won the bid, and MR Dirt.
Right. So, but we can't advertise for that until we hear from Joe.
Once I've heard from Joe, if you guys are okay, I'll get that bid in there. However he's doing it, because it sounds like the conservation district might be putting the bid in because he's doing the whole county. And then I think we'll each share in a portion of what that cost is, because I don't know how many projects there are.
Because they know a lot more of the contractors than we do.
Yes. I have more contractors show up.
Yeah. We really had another friend actually bid on that one, I just didn't know any of the information, even let them know about it at that time.
Okay.
I found that out a couple months afterwards.
It's not a project that we can do ourselves. We want to definitely do it.
Yep.
Okay. Road oil?
I did get a quote, it's gone up, 21 cents a gallon. I feel like, because I talked to Tim this morning, I feel like if we just add $1 or $2 to the price, that's all we need to do. So it's up to you guys how you want to handle it.
Same.
Because the last couple of years, we've
stayed
kept
the
their
same.
price and they kept raising it, so.
But it's not a huge amount of money, and so, when Aaron and Tim and I were trying to figure it out this morning, and I personally feel, because I need to get it out, because they have to let us know by May 15th.
Right.
And so, it's up to you guys what you want to do. If you want to leave it the same, or just add, I don't feel like.
Well, the price has gone up for the last couple of years and we made it. So
Yeah, and this is really just for the people that already just use it. Most people don't want it or use it.
Right. Each year it's gone up a little bit, more people.
There's more people.
There's more people, I'm just saying the majority of the township, so it's not hitting every
And
single.
if you're saying if we raise it $1 or $2 for 100 foot, it's not gonna.
Is it gonna impact you, Georgia, if we raise it $2?
I think I can handle that.
Do you really?
How many gallons a year do we use? How many gallons a year do we use?
Oh,
4,900, I think it was.
4,900, so that's $800 a month.
So we had around 750 feet that we did last year. There might have been one more in there. So that's why I'm saying, it's $800, so that's about $1 a foot, $1 a gallon, whatever.
so maybe you want to do
We do $2, it would cover this increase in the last two, and that way we're breaking even again.
All right, let's go. Have a motion for that.
I make a motion to raise the road oil, $2 per 100 foot.
Second? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, so what did we charge last year?
135, I think it was.
It'll be $137
137.
for 100 foot by 16
By 16 feet.
feet.
So here's my paper that I have done. I just have to adjust the price.
Okay.
If you guys want to read it and make sure I don't have mistakes on it.
Application of road oil, airline May 15th. Cost will be $137 per 100 feet. Road oil will be spread once all the roads are prepared and weather permitting conditions permit. Thank you. Checks payable to Wells Township. And please make sure that the area you want spread is marked. Every year we end up going around having to mark places because it wasn't marked, and then somebody says something, we didn't mark it right. But if you don't marked, and you order 200 feet, we have to do the best we can,
Yes.
because we can't do anything about it. You've already, the truck's sitting there waiting. So, okay, and why we say, once the roads are prepared, everybody that orders oil, we go out and work the road in their area, however feet they have.
We gotta run the whole entire township.
We run along the township. And then what usually happens after that is, say, I think last year, the last place we prepared, because the last person that let us know was the lots. So we had all our equipment over there. So since all the equipment was over there, we started working the road that way and came this way. I think one of the other years, we ended up over your way, over Bruce's way, the last person, and then we ended up coming this way. So.
No, I mean, over that.
How many feet do you have to order?
100 feet minimum.
You can get 50 feet.
No, we've had people get
Got 50 feet?
Just. You can
And then
get-
that gets you first on the list for getting your road work.
No, don't I wish.
Oh,
Just
just in that 50 feet in front of your house.
Oh.
So your mailbox will be covered where it is.
Okay.
Which is up inside this one.
Does everybody understand that? That's just my question to everybody. Okay? All right, anything else under new business? Gentlemen?
Nope.
Okay, our bills pay. Thank you. Draper needs to get anything.
No, he's talking about Draper's
there it
bill.
is.
It's a
There.
little, the print was getting.
Oh, maybe that man, there's St. Gavin, there's, yes. Yes, there is, I guess, one too. for signs. This for Bradford City Sanitation, this is what we pay every year.
That's correct.
$3 a. This for the service contract?
Yes. Yeah, you want to sign that top page there.
Just curious. Just carried it down.
Can we just do the service one last year?
It's, you know, they didn't send it to me till like August or September. Because I kind of questioned it, but they did two services, they said. So it goes from April, but they never sent it in April to me. They waited till, it malfunctioned, something happened to it. And I had to call them to find out how to get the code off.
So that's a new bill.
That's a new bill, yeah. Yeah, it seems like a lot of money every year just to have to do it.
How many times a time?
Twice a year.
That's, they changed the way of the
So they
filter.
charge $300 twice a year to come do that?
No, they charge
No.
once a year. No, but the bill last year, because I kind of complained, because I'm like, well, it was supposed to start in March or April, they never sent me a bill. I thought we were still covered, and so they said, well, they would do one in September, and then they'd do one in November or something, I don't know.
So basically $150 for the time, roughly.
But there's this.
Second one, maybe. Sign too. Who is this one for?
I'm sorry, that's Gavin's, I'm sorry, I didn't post it in there. I'll have to get the signs.
The area insurance is all our, well, insurance is for everything.
Well, there are no liabilities, which is funny.
Right. Okay, do I have a motion to pay the bills?
I make a motion to pay the bills.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Do I have a motion for adjournment?
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. You have a personnel meeting.
We have a personnel meeting, yes.
Be short and sweet.
Yes.